Spencer Lazara, MMA Interviews, and I am alongside the Bellator welterweight champion, Mr. Douglas Lima here, doing some signings for All Max Nutrition at the Mr. Olympia Convention. We want to see you back in action, man, but you're coming back. You got some injuries. You're still rehabbing. Talk about that and when we expect to see you back in the circular Bellator cage.
Yeah, I was supposed to fight November 15th. Just dealing with all these injuries, my knee, some rib injuries as well. So taking some time off, hopefully be back by January or February. At the meantime, I'm just, relaxing, here doing some signing with my sponsors, but just can't wait to get back in there.
What are you weighing right now, man? You're a big welterweight.
I mean, I'm usually a little heavier, but I'm watching out. Usually at 205, 208, trying to stay 200, trying. So I'm doing my best to it because, it's a lot of weight to cut. So I'm just being a little smarter with it, trying to keep the weight under 200.
How about your brother? He was fighting at a higher weight than he's going to really fight at now moving forward. What's next for him?
Yeah, he did the show at 185. It wasn't his weight class. Even though he's a big kid, he walks around 205, 200. We're both about the same weight. But just weight 85 is just not the weight for him. So, he's got a fight now November 8th, I believe, a card in Brazil. Back at welterweight, his weight class, so I know he's going to do great there, and just excited to see him back.
As we see you move forward in your career, do you expect to stay at welterweight? Have you ever thought maybe of moving up? We saw, in fact, a #1 contender fight between Doug Marshall and Melvin Manhoff. I'm imagining you watching this fight thinking, I can beat these guys. I can be a champion in 2 weight class.
Yeah, definitely think a lot about moving up, weight class. It was just like the tournament format, for example. I'll never do that tournament again at 170. I've always said that. If I ever had to go back to that tournament, it was going to be at 185. But
you don't have to now. It's gone.
Yeah, now it's gone, so that's out of the question. So, but fighting 3-4 times a year, I think I can do 170 still. Because I'm now that I getting my diet a little better, it's easier. I think it's going to be easier for me to make the weight. So just fighting every 4 months is going to be easy. But I'm definitely thinking about 185 next year. Or, I don't know, sometime soon I'm definitely moving up.
Talk about your evolution as a fighter. We've seen you improve so much in the striking department and everything, to the point where you seem more like a striker almost than a jiu-jitsu guy, which is really kind of your background, right?
Yeah, I am a jiu-jitsu guy. But no, man, I'm just trying to improve every day, especially my wrestling now. So I'm just improving on the weakness, I think striking, I started doing striking with the jiu-jitsu, of course, but it's just something that I love, and I love to strike, it's more exciting for the fans and stuff. So really training to finish fights, it doesn't matter if it's ground or standing, I'm just really training to finish the fights.
Who do you see coming for your belt as a worthwhile opponent?
Well, the next opponent is supposed to be Andrei Karashkov. I think he's going to be next. I heard he has a surgery as well on his shoulder, so he's taking some time off. But I believe it's going to be him when I come back. I know with Scott Coker, the Bellator now, he's going to bring some good names to the Bellator, and I just can't wait to fight them all, man. It's going to be exciting. Beautiful.
Anything else you want to say, Douglas?
Man, just thanks all the fans, really training hard, to come back to that cage. Thank you all for the support. I want to thank my manager, Soccer Punch, all my sponsors, and All Max Nutrition, Alienware. Kudagra gear. So everybody that's been behind me, my team, my family, just, appreciate all the help and training.
Last question. How does Douglas Lima do in the UFC octagon against the UFC elite?
Man, I wish I could prove, but we just gotta wait. You just gotta wait, It'll happen. I'll fight those guys someday. But I just want to fight the best in the world.
Confident, though, that you can beat anybody in the cage?
Anybody in my weight class, I'll fight him right now. You know what I mean? Anybody.
Douglas Lima, can't wait to see him come back. This man, a welterweight champion in Bellator. I'm Spencer Lazara. Thanks for watching.
Hey, this is Ariane Celeste.
This is Uriah Faber. UFC lightweight champ Anthony Showtime Pettis.
This is Dan Henderson. You're watching MMA Interviews.
MMA Interviews.
You're watching MMAinterviews.tv.